Welcome to the art and science of difficult conversations. I'm Chris.
And I'm Lucie, and we love having difficult conversations.
That's right. And each week we'll either share a tip, hear how others have gotten better at difficult conversations, or demonstrate common difficult conversations and what to do and what not to do.
Let's get into it. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Lucie, how are you? Happy Friday.
Good. Happy Friday to you too. You know, I need just like 10 minutes of your time.
Yeah, sure. I think I got 10 minutes.
Okay, thanks. With the recruitment fair we are putting together, we are kind of on the timeline here, and I need from you the slide deck for your presentation and your bio and the pictures. Do you have it ready? Can you give it to me today, like within an hour? I need it really fast.
That's never gonna happen. I just don't. I'm just tapped out. I'm running from meeting to meeting. Like I was gonna go to the bathroom, but I can't now because I'm here with you.
Chris, I was telling you like 3 times already this week. It's like we are on a timeline. It needs to get done.
Listen, I hear you. I hear you. I'm not trying to avoid you. I promise. It's just
like I just got too much.
Avoiding me. I just got too much right now, and like
all of us have too much. I have so much to put this event together.
Yeah, but have you seen like that email about the reorg? George is on leave of absence right now, and Naomi she's leaving. She's being laid off, so I have to transition all of her stuff to me. So like
it's heavy on all of us. In my department, there have been people laid off too, and it's stressful. But we need to get it done. It's like we can.
Listen, I don't disagree. It needs to get done, and I'm with you. I just can't do it today. So like I don't know. I can get it to you by like I don't know next week, next Friday, but I'm not gonna be able to do it today.
Next Friday isn't gonna work. Like, can you do it like Monday? Because like the weekend, I think you should work the weekend. Like I'm working like crazy hours too.
Listen,
so why should you should be any different?
Lucie, I am already working the weekend. Like this is not like I'm not just like taking the weekend off. I am already working the weekend. I got stuff tonight to do.
So how come you're behind?
Because I'm trying to catch up and trying to get all this stuff in transition, and I'm covering George. Fine. So like I know it's important. I just gotta I just can't get to it. That's
maybe you just remove you as a speaker, and that's it. Maybe you don't have the bandwidth to do that right now, and I will talk to John and see what he says.
Yeah, I mean he won't be happy about that. That's for sure.
Well, I'm not happy either, so I guess nobody's gonna be happy. So
I know nobody's happy. I think that's the moral of the story here. Nobody's happy about this.
Well, okay, fine. Well, we'll see. I'll talk to him, and I'll see you later then. Thanks.
All right. All right. Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
So,
cut.
Ready for debrief?
I know.
Look, I just noticed we match with the blue.
I know. I mean, I'll tell you what. I feel like that's a conversation. I feel like I have a conversation lots of times already. Everybody's overwhelmed. Everybody's tired.
Yeah. So what were the things that didn't go so well in that conversation? How did you feel as a peer being kind of on the receiving end for my request?
I felt the pressure for sure. And I think that's very common how we both started talking over each other and tried to just kind of overpower. And I think it ends up being some kind of a struggle Olympics, like who's suffering more at times.
Yeah.
Try to see it as a badge of honor, like who's going to be worse off.
Who's working longer hours on the weekend?
Longer hours?
Who's suffering the more layoffs? Whose department?
Yeah, and I think that's also common the way you handled it, which was you trying to prescribe how I could figure this out. Like you work over. Why don't you work over the weekend? Why don't you work later? But you don't know, like. But we didn't explore like what the actual difficulty is or what the barrier is.
I didn't ask any question at all. I think.
That's right.
Control myself. I was just telling you what to do, what not to do.
Yeah, exactly. How was it from your perspective, like trying to get me to do this?
Oh, Yeah, it was annoying. It was like this needs to get done, and you're just telling me no. You're not giving me solutions. It's almost like from that person's perspective, it could be just giving me excuses. All of us are this needs to get done. Let's talk how to get it done.
Hmm.
Don't tell me like what stands in the way. I don't want to know that. I want to know you get it done.
Right. Right. I think that's common in cultures, especially where somebody believe the ends justify the means. So like it doesn't
Yeah.
matter how you feel about it, doesn't matter what your struggle is. The goal is the most important thing.
Absolutely. And yeah, I even didn't, empathize with you as much at
Mm,
all, right? I didn't
yeah.
acknowledge you being overwhelmed, stressed out, that people were laid off. So yeah, kind of skipped it. It's just let's just get it done. It doesn't matter how you feel, how tired you are, just do it.
That's right. That's right.
And then since it seemed like you were not saying, okay, I cannot do this, I said, well, then if you cannot do this, we'll just remove you, which also is not empathetic way or not brainstorming with you any solutions,
Right.
just
Right. Although, I mean, for me, I might have been all
rudy.
on board for that. I might have said, yes, that's great. Let's do
Yeah.
that. Why not?
The one thing of your plate in a way. So might be possible solution, but probably the consequences of that, let's say what kind of our relationship would be like
Yeah.
moving forward
Right.
if we were to do a project together. Would that be a happy collaboration, or would that be, oh my God, he's gonna be, saying no again, not get things done on time,
And
and you would,
that's a great point. Because like I think I was trying to play it as we already have a good relationship now, but essentially like I was willing to give you 10 minutes in between meetings real quick.
yeah, it
But
was very nice of you actually.
yeah, but now I'm like, oh, forget it. You're difficult to
Yeah.
work with.
So next time, like, no, you might be even avoiding me.
That's right. That's right. Yeah,
Like, sorry, I'm on lunch. I'm all right. I need to go. I don't
exactly.
have the time right now.
Yeah.
So actually, this behavior might maybe resolve it at the moment. Okay, let's say I'm talking to John, you're off the project, you're relieved for a moment. But actually, in the long term, our collaboration would actually worsen
That's right.
because you would be less open. The more I push, the less open you are.
Right. Right.
So actually, the performance would go down for both of us.
Right. Right.
So
So you really failed. All like in this scenario, you really failed, right? Because you didn't get the result you wanted, and you didn't have a you damaged the relationship.
I damaged the relationship, yeah. So lose, 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 actually.
That's right. That's right. I'll say for my part, I could have, if I had thought about it better, I could also say no in a more professional way or diplomatic way, in a more collaborative way that could help brainstorm what to do as opposed to just putting up
Hmm.
roadblocks.
Yeah. And I also wasn't very professional. I kind of was raising my voice by being
Hmm.
forceful,
Yeah. Yeah.
emotional, irritated.
Right. Right.
So
So,
that also got in the way instead of saying in a calm manner and asking questions. So
mhm.
maybe now we can go to the what would be a better way to
Yeah.
approach this.
Let's see what how you could have approached it differently.
So let's see how I do.
Great.
Alrighty. So let's dive in. Hi Chris, happy Friday.
Hey, Lucie, happy Friday. Finally.
Oh, you seem tired. How are you doing?
You bet. Oh man, I don't know if you've seen the emails about the reorg, but
Oh my
you know,
God. Yeah.
yeah, George is still on leave, and
Wow.
Naomi is getting laid off, so she's transitioning everything to me. So now I'm covering George and Naomi's stuff.
Oh my
It's just
God.
wild. I
That
don't know
must
how.
be wow. That must be frustrating and oh my God, overwhelming to deal with all that work and frustrating not getting it done.
Yeah, I literally don't know how they expect one person to do the job of three different people.
Oh
Like,
my
that doesn't make
God,
any
that's
sense.
crazy. Oh, that's crazy. I feel really kind of bad of bringing this up. I have one more thing for you to do.
Oh no.
I know. Maybe we can see how we can make it work together. So here's the presentation, for the recruitment fair that we're planning to together
Yes.
that,
Yes. Yep.
so I need your help, we have a deadline and I need slide deck and your bio. So we
Oh,
can get
when's
it
the
to,
when's the deadline?
I mean, it's like next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday? Oh boy.
Yeah, I know. Hmm.
Next Wednesday. Yeah, that's tough. Um, again, because I need to meet with Naomi and transition all of her stuff over. Is there any
Hmm.
flexibility at all on that?
I mean, if I give it to them anytime later, it might be that you wouldn't be there at all. So it might be just easier to maybe drop you. But, what would you need? What would make it easier? Is there something that, somebody could help you co-write it? Or do you have any past events that we used? I think it's not your first event.
Um,
What about if you just reuse something that you've done before?
you're right. It's not my first event. The slides do have to be new. Just because we've changed so much, I need to make new slides. The bio, I do have one from a couple of years ago. I could probably just update that. But I like the idea. If you could, like, is there somebody that can help me co-write it? That would be helpful.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the intern that we have. Um, she's still new, but I think that could be a good job for her. Like Janet, I can connect you with her. She could redesign the slides. If you want to send her the slides today, if you could do it today, maybe
Uh,
she could use just the old ones. She might be just put the new branding on it, the new colors, and kind of make it more current. And
yeah.
when would you want to have a? I guess you can connect with her and have a conversation with her. Maybe Monday. What does your Monday look like, or Tuesday?
Um, yeah, you know what? I'm happy to send over the old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If she can rewrite it, I don't know how
Yeah.
long you think she'll take to do it, but if you could have that, have her work on that, and I can connect with Janet on Tuesday if she has
Okay,
time on
perfect.
Tuesday.
Yeah, fantastic. I'll check with her and I'll connect you guys.
Okay.
So I think that should work. If you already have most of it done, just few tweaks.
Yeah. Well, the slides will have to be new, but at least I can send over some old information.
Yeah.
Um, and maybe she could at least update the template, and then I can just update some data or
Yeah.
information.
Just go
But
through it.
at least that'll help. If she could do a lot of the legwork to move it
Yeah.
forward, then I can just kind of update bits and pieces wherever I need to.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So how about, I'm having a call with her actually like in 30 minutes. So I'll check with her and then
Okay.
I'll send you an email
Yeah,
just to
yeah. If we
confirm.
jump off now, I can send her that stuff just right now before
Perfect.
my next
Let's do
meeting.
it. Awesome. Thanks so much, Chris.
All
Appreciate
right.
you.
Thank you, Lucie. Thanks for working with me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Take care
Bye.
and get some rest. Bye.
Appreciate it.
So how was it now? How
I
was your
think that was a lot
experience?
better. I mean, we certainly got to a better resolution. We got to some resolution as opposed to last time.
That's true.
Um, I think it was all starts like how you came in. We still
Mm.
said Happy Friday, all that stuff, but
Mm.
I think the fact that you acknowledged that I was frustrated and looked tired from the beginning, and in my mind, I was trying to be the same level of overwhelmed that I was last time. But I think
Mhm.
even just give me that time to unload a little bit made a
Mhm.
difference going forward.
So as the peer from my side, compared to the previous scenario, I would say there was difference that I paid attention to to what you're saying and to your energy and to emotions and acknowledge them
Yeah,
and really take the time, few moments at the beginning, just to be there with you in that state.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I think that was the key is recognizing it. Although I mean, I'll acknowledge it's kind of hard on Zoom. Like everybody just kind of looks the same over time. But I think for sure taking the time to acknowledge, do that active listening, and even when you asked, what was getting in the way, you asked what's getting in the way, which is a better question to just figure out what's the barrier. Like
yeah.
I don't have time to write this or do this new thing from scratch.
Mm. What else would you say worked in this scenario? So kind of non being giving some more empathy, kind of being there
Mhm.
with you, paying attention to how you feel, acknowledging that overwhelm,
Mhm.
asking question. Anything else that was different?
Uh, oh yeah, the not interrupting, the giving me the space to
Mm.
actually talk, and the you actually listening. I think that was super helpful.
So listening and actually not interrupting
That's
somebody
right.
else.
Right. Because it's not a
Mm.
competition anymore. You didn't say, yeah, we're busy too, or we also have layoffs. You didn't have
Mm.
to compete. You were just trying to figure out what the hurdle was or what the roadblock was.
That's true, actually. How they shared about myself or like my struggles.
Right.
I was just focused, okay, we need this. How can we support each other? How can I help you? You can be kind of collaborative so we can get it done. So
Yeah.
it's a win-win-win in a way.
Exactly. Exactly. I wonder though, what if you didn't have an intern, or what if you didn't have any other resources to help me? I don't know. I wonder what we could have come up with in that
That's a good
situation.
question. That's a great question. Um, it could be just also asking you a question like, is this, what do you think? Is this really too much to deal with right now? Would that be a better solution? Should we talk to John and see if, maybe you don't want to speak at this event?
Mhm.
What do you think? What comes up for you when you hear that?
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I think because of the way I was raised culturally, I would seem like, oh, I don't want to seem like I don't know how to do my job, or I don't want to put on, or I
Mm,
don't want to imply that I'm vulnerable or I don't know what I'm doing, or I'm,
that's a great point.
so
Yeah.
that might make me feel defensive. Like, no, 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 I'll just add it on. I'll just figure out like,
Oh. So
so I
what
don't
would be
know.
a better way for you to be able to kind of discern or what the other person would need to do?
That's an interesting question. How would you have handled it if there was no other resources on your side?
So let me see if there so okay, let's go. How about we go a little bit into the role play?
Let's try it. Let's go back into it. Let's see what happens. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So
And I could start. I'll start. I'll
okay,
do the prompt. It's like,
okay.
you know what, Lucy, I need to I don't have any content. I need to update stuff. I need to spend time writing it. I just don't have the bandwidth to write that stuff.
Hmm. I hear you. What are we gonna do? I mean, I wish I could help you, but I don't have the bandwidth right now either. Um, overall with my own stuff,
I
my
Yeah, I
own.
get it. Yeah, you're in a tough
Um,
spot too. I saw those emails. So yeah, I
oh,
know. I don't know what we
thank
can
you.
do. Like I just need like I
What
wish there
about
was somebody that could write it for me, essentially, or
what
do
about
stuff
if we
for me.
brainstorm for a few minutes? Like, what are some things we could do together? Like, either together or like what other resources we could get to make it work? Um,
Um, yeah, I don't know. There's no other resources like where our team is tapped out. So I don't know. Well, I guess what the another thing we can do is like, does it need to be the same quality? I guess. Do you have can we lower the
okay.
quality or the of the
Let's do
product?
a yes and game. So the yes and game, remember, it's
Yeah.
I find something that I like about what you said and build on that.
Okay.
At
Okay.
least 10%. So what I love about your idea that you shared is it's finding ways how to make it shorter in a way, possibly lower quality. It might take less time to put it together.
Yeah.
So you're looking at how to reduce the time that it takes to create that. And what came up for me, what about we use somebody else's presentation from another year that already was created and you just tweak it
Okay.
and make it yours,
Yeah. If
on the
you
top.
like, who would find that content though? Because if I don't have time to look for it now, if you have one, I'm happy to look at it and just like quickly update like some basic information or data or whatever
Yeah.
it needs be. So if you could find something like that, I'm happy to just quickly update that information.
I mean, I can see because I have an old database of like past presentations from previous years. So I can see from who from our company was doing what. and maybe check with them if they would be willing to share their stuff, or if we have any like a company presentations that anybody could do, so it wasn't like personalized. That
Yeah.
could be an option. Okay.
I like that
So
option. I'm okay with that option.
okay, oh, good. Should we brainstorm one more just in case, like
Yeah.
this one, I
Yeah.
cannot find anything?
Yeah. Well, and building off yours, I have a bio I used a couple of years ago for another event. I could easily
Oh,
take that. That doesn't solve the slide presentation part, but the
oh,
bio stuff,
fantastic. Okay, so
I
you
can
have
just
a
update
bio.
that real quick.
Fantastic. Okay, that's a win. Yay. Okay.
Great.
Hmm. Anything else we could do about the presentation that would be,
I mean, I think that's the fastest, unless you really don't care about the quality of the slide deck and you just want like, I don't know, a wall of text, which isn't great for any presentation.
there's an idea. What about if that's the presentation without much slide decks? Like maybe you just put 3 slides and that's it. And you talk most of the time. How would you feel about that? Like just kind of improvising a little bit.
Um,
So you don't
I'm
have to.
comfortable doing that as long as I guess it meets the standards of kind of what you're looking for and what John's looking for in the presentation.
I mean, it could be more of a dialogue, maybe asking questions. Maybe the style wouldn't be like a presentation.
I
Could be
mean, that'd be
more
easier for me
interactive
to,
with the audience.
yeah, that'd be easier for me to figure out for sure.
Oh, okay. So we have a plan B in a way. So how about I look into the database and see if I can find anything. And if not, I either share it with you if I find something, and if not, then we go with a plan B of like kind of improvising and putting just basically the maybe 3 slides and that's it.
Yeah,
What do you think of that plan?
great. I love it. Yeah, I think that works for me.
So since we are still on the deadline, should we reconnect? When do you have time to kind of reconnect?
Uh, when is this? When is everything due?
Wednesday. I know
Wednesday.
it's kind of Friday. It's like
Oh,
really last
I
minute. I know.
I mean, looking at my calendar, I got, I don't know. I think I have like 15 minutes on Tuesday, if
Okay.
that works.
Okay, let's do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to send me invite,
Yep, I'll send that. Cool.
and I hopefully I'll see if I can move things around so I can be available too.
Great. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chris. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay.
That,
Talk soon.
that worked out well, I think. That was perfect.
Yeah, we found some additional solutions. We didn't
Yeah.
have Janet available.
I love that. I loved so I'm familiar with yes and. I think lots of people are probably familiar with the idea of yes and. I loved using it this way as a brainstorming technique. That's new. I've never used it as a brainstorming
Yeah.
technique.
Yeah. So it's what I love about the brainstorming technique with yes and is even that the idea might not be the best one. And sometimes, a lot of times when we brainstorm, we need to get rid of all the ideas first, even the silly ones, the stupid ones,
Yeah,
ridiculous ones. So then we can build on them and find the right
right.
idea later.
That's right. That's
So
right.
kind of that allows more of yes instead of oh, but,
Yes, exactly.
and creating the
Exactly.
resistance. So
Yeah,
thanks.
I
Uh-huh.
like the whole process itself, I think worked because we were trying to nail down what are the basic requirements that we actually need. What's the actual underlying priorities?
Hmm.
So I think even having a sense of that might be helpful.
Absolutely. I think you brought a very good point. So looking at not just about getting it done, but like what aspect of that really matters the most.
Yeah.
That's a great point. Um, wow, I think we just added some two new aspects to our
That's
conversation
great.
and to
Yeah.
this difficult conversation.
So yeah, I think overall, I think that's a great way to handle it, and I think it's also your mindset going into it. You know, you didn't
Mm.
go into it trying to force me to a specific outcome. Your mindset the second time around was, how do we figure out this problem together?
Yes,
I
it
think that's the key there.
is like here is a problem and let's look at this together, collaborate together to solve this problem,
Yes.
versus being you the problem and me
Right.
just like okay, you need to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we are collaboratively working together. How can we deal with this problem that impacts both of us in a way.
That's right. Yeah.
So kind of joining forces instead of fighting each other.
Awesome. Yes, that's exactly right.
So any final words?
No, this is a great, again, love doing these with you. I think they're great.
Yay. So next time we'll have another topic, and maybe I would have a final question for those who are listening or watching us. What are you taking away? What is your biggest takeaway from this conversation? What is one or two things that you could implement when having these types of conversations with people from different departments?
Mhm.
Maybe jot it down and pick two specific things that you could do differently.
Yeah.
And looking forward to hopefully join us next time and have some more to learn.
That's right. Looking forward to it.
Me as well. Alrighty.